they identified some target business sectors. So this is what we're looking at that we thought would be a really good fit for our community. And on those, they targeted corporate services. Those are going to be like your call center jobs, any type of, let's see, legal, marketing businesses, and those are kind of good knowledge-based workers. They really, those type of companies are looking at communities like Fayetteville, and they really liked our environmental sustainability policies, which I know we've gotten a lot of pushback from certain sectors on our environmental policies, but in corporate America, smart environmental policies are an asset. And so we were encouraged by our economic developers to continue our push to make a sustainable Fayetteville. They said that we really need to work on our entrepreneurs and innovators. Instead of recruiting companies that come here because our workforce is cheaper, let's grow our own companies. And I think we've seen a lot of success with that, especially down at the Research and Technology Park. I know there are about 300 to 500 new jobs coming down there, high-wage jobs. They're saying average salaries of $60,000 a year, and a lot of that is innovation coming out of our university. I noticed that the Chamber is now working on opening up a Fab Lab, which will give resources to entrepreneurs. We've got the, I'm trying to think, what is the small business development center? I swear. Startup Junkie is working to mentor young people and people who want to start businesses. But basically, you know, we think that instead of recruiting businesses, we want to grow our own. So I thought that was a good thing. Legacy manufacturers. We have a lot of manufacturing at our Commerce District. We have over 3,000 people who go to work down there every day. And so we want to be sure to take care of those employers and help them connect to the city with trails. They're on our master trail plan so that workers can get out to work and have reliable transportation. We've built sidewalks out there in the last 2 years, and we're doing what we can to keep those manufacturers happy and keep those jobs in Fayetteville. They also identified a need for more retail, and I want to emphasize that this is not necessarily your big box retail on the edge of town. This is more experiential retail. They identified in particular, let's see, clothing and clothing accessories, sporting goods, hobby books and music stores, electronics and appliance stores, basically the type of things that you would find in a diverse, walkable downtown area, so that we don't have to drive to Rogers to go to the mall, but that we can have quality retail here in Fayetteville. And then they identified specialized technologies, and again, this comes back to our Research and Technology Park in Ward 1. You know, we've seen great innovations down there with solar energy, renewable energy, very high efficiency lighting. So we've seen a lot of green technologies growing down there, and we want to continue to support those to keep those jobs here. And then as strategies to attract and grow economic development, the number one thing that they identified that we can do is enhance our arts and cultural environment. We have a situation in the country right now where young people, rather than picking a job or getting a job and then moving to that location, they're picking a location that they want to live and then moving there and then finding a job. And so by focusing on arts and culture, that helps us attract and retain a workforce that is attractive to higher wage, better benefit employers. So we're going to be expanding our arts focus in Fayetteville. They talk about the importance of supporting, retaining, and attracting businesses, which I think we've done a decent job at that, but we'll be working on that further. And specifically, they want to focus on getting a retail development strategy. So we'll be working on incorporating more opportunities for shopping in our various neighborhoods. They want us to focus on education and workforce. We have a very educated workforce here. The problem is retaining them. You know, we have all these graduates coming out of the university, and then they're getting jobs in other places and they're leaving. We want to retain those knowledge workers here so that we continue to have a good quality of life and that we can attract better companies. And then again, entrepreneurship and innovation. Partnering with the university and increasing our collaboration with them, especially with Research and Technology Park. They suggest that we create innovative spaces and programs to support entrepreneurs, so that's what we're doing with the Fab Labs and the Startup Junkie, as well as educating those entrepreneurs and supporting them. I mean, we've had some really good success stories I don't know if you're familiar with the store Riff Raff that's on the square. The girl started out with $100 and she did over $1 million in sales last year. We've seen Laura James. She's started out on a small storefront downtown. She's rented over 30,000 square feet in our commerce district for her warehouse and her expanding business. And these are local women, young women entrepreneurs, starting businesses, they're creating jobs, hiring people, and we want to keep them in Fayetteville. Marketing and communications, we've been really working hard on raising Fayetteville's public profile. You know, we just got named the #1 affordable place to live in the country. We were named #3 for quality of life, and so we're going to keep going after those metrics. And part of achieving this, and we just got our gold bicycle certification, which is huge. Silver. Sorry, we're working on gold. We were talking about that last night. So we're working on achieving all these metrics that companies look at when they're trying to decide where to locate. And sustainability. Again, they want us to capitalize on Fayetteville's sustainability and environment. This is not a liability. This is a unique asset that we have, and we're going to continue to protect the high quality of our environment you know, advocate for energy efficiency, because every time we spend $1 on energy, 97 cents leaves our state. So we need to have very efficient buildings. We've launched our Property Assessed Clean Energy program to help finance energy efficiency improvements. And we're doing what we can to be a good, sustainable community. And then they've talked about our economic development delivery system. Previously, we had contracted with the Chamber of Commerce for these services, and now we put out a request for proposals to hire an in-house economic vitality officer, so that we have a consistent point of contact for people who are interested in locating in Fayetteville, and that we have someone spearheading and actually implementing this plan. But I'll take questions on it, but I just wanted to communicate that, you know, we care about the economy. We're doing what we can to attract and create good living wage jobs in a variety of sectors, and to retain the great graduates of our university and make this a place that they want to stay and raise a family and spend their futures. Yes?
Is that stated on the Access Fayetteville website?
I believe it is.
I'm not sure.
No, it will be.
Yeah, it will be soon. We just adopted this about a month and a half ago, so it's relatively new. But you know, I think that this is a good justification for when we want to do things like expand our public library. Now we know that arts and culture and those sorts of things are very important, so that becomes a priority. And when we look at revitalizing South School Avenue, I've been trying to get funding to do some murals. And you know, now I can say, well, hey, that is actually a priority, and this is good. You know, we're not throwing away money on art. We're attracting arts and culture. We're creating this good quality of life that it's going to bring and retain residents. Any other questions? All right. I think we're adjourned.
Thank you, folks. We appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in.
How are you?
Sandy, if we could stop people from moving here,